Yes, I come on here wanting to try to make a little quick video of a dream that I had last night, which was really, really scary and terrifying. I know the dream wasn't about me, but and I don't really know who particularly it was about. But it was a dream, I would say, well, not necessarily tribulation, but right after rapture, but before tribulation actually started. And in this dream, there was a woman, and she had two children, a boy and a girl. And what was kind of strange about the dream, anyways, to me, was I thought all children would go in the rapture and everything. Well, I think this might be because these children were a little older, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, the boy was like probably 12 or 13 maybe, and the girl was maybe 10 or 11 maybe. And they were all churchgoers in this family. The husband was taken in rapture. The woman wasn't. She also went to church and all that, but I guess she hadn't truly trusted and believed in the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ and put her total faith and trust in him. And she was very, very shocked that she was still here. Terrified, in fact. But in a way, she also was... She was upset and all that, but yet at the same time, in a way, she wasn't totally 100% upset, terrified, because her children were here too, which was, like I said, this was kind of weird, because, like I said, I thought most children would go and everything in the rapture. But anyways, this lady lived in a house that kind of went the house, I guess, didn't have windows in the front or something. It was kind of down a big driveway and everything, and the driveway kind of curved around, and then it kind of went in a little alcove part. She had a window in the front by her front door, which was in this little alcove part, so you didn't see out in the street or down the driveway or anything like that. It was kind of strange how this house was set up. And her door was next to that, and it had it was kind of like a French door. It was, where it had a whole bunch of window panes and stuff on it. Anyways, she was getting frantic and everything because she didn't understand why she was still here, and she knew exactly what had happened. She knew it was the rapture. It wasn't like she didn't understand what it was or anything. She knew exactly what it was, but she didn't understand why she was still here, because she thought she was saved. She thought she was going in the rapture. She thought everything was all fine and great, and she was left behind. And it was sheer terror. And I felt this in the dream. I felt what this woman felt. I was tossing and turning in my sleep. I was really having a hard time. And anyways, when that happened, she was like, she needed to get stuff together and everything, because she knew she couldn't stay there very long. She knew it wouldn't be safe. I don't know. This was just a knowing she had. And then she heard something outside, and it was like a group of people that had come up, and it was a bunch of young men, not young men like teenagers, but probably in their 20s, maybe 30s or something. Anyways, I guess they were going to see where maybe they could get supplies, something, see what's going on. Maybe somebody knew what was going on, something like that. Anyways, they had come to her door. Come to her door, and she was like, "Can I help you?" And they were, "Oh, well, we didn't know anybody was here and that, and we were seeing if there was any way to see what was going on, or any supplies or anything like that, or we could get some help or something like that." And so she was like, well, no, we're fine and everything like that. Maybe you can get some assistance down the street or something like that. And one of the guys was like, as if he could press in and that she didn't want to let him know that she was there by herself with her kids. And, so she was trying to end the conversation fairly quickly, and, that she had to do something, and trying to get out of the conversation and stuff for them to do. And the guy stepped forward like he was going to come, and she didn't really say the young boy's name, but hey, can you get the dog? And when she said that, then the guy kind of backed off. So anyways, and then they left, and then after that, there was like a car or something that kind of came close to where her house was and everything, and it had a bunch of women in it. They were probably in their 20s or so, and very confused look on their face, like what was going on and everything. I guess they were on the way to somewhere, some party, some get together, something, I don't know. Anyways, and they had very confused looks on their face, like they didn't understand what was going on and everything. And they were looking for answers. And what it was is their car, I guess, when they were traveling and stuff, and they knew something had happened, but they didn't know what it was, and they didn't really want to stop and everything, because one, they thought maybe somebody might steal the car, or, something. They just felt that they needed to just go as far as they could or whatever, see if they could get some help, something. And so they ended up at this lady's house. And whenever they got there, I don't think they intentionally went to come to her house, but they ended up there because the car ran out of gas. And they were like, the lady came out and she was like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" And they were like, "What's going on? Do you know what's going on?" and all that. And, they told a little bit what was going on. It seemed like that people were missing. People were looking for people. There were cars veering off the road, different things. And so they were very confused as to what was going on. And then the lady said, "Yeah, I know exactly what's going on." And then she proceeded to tell them about that it was the rapture. And they were like, "The rapture?" And there was one particular girl in the group that kind of, I think, knew sort of what she was talking about, because she's like, "Rapture, you mean that was true?" Because I've heard people saying about that Jesus is coming and this and that, but I always thought, oh, there's more time and like that and everything. And they've been saying that a long time, and it never really happened and everything. And so she just kind of discounted it and everything, that's not true. That's not what it is and everything. And I guess obviously she realized that, yeah, it is, and that it was real, and it kind of scared her a little bit, and said, "Yeah, it's a real thing. I honestly," the woman in the house, "I honestly didn't think I was going to be here. I thought I was saved, and I thought I was going and everything too, but I know exactly what's going on, and it's not going to be safe here pretty soon." And then she was like, if they had somewhere to go or anything like that, or, did they know what they were going to do or something? And they still had a confused look on their face, kind of like when a deer gets the light in their eyes, when a car light shines in their eyes and everything, that startled look they get, kind of like this cat sort of in a way. But yeah, they were totally confused. They did not know what to do. And she was kind of trying to tell them and help them, and that, so that they could maybe get some assistance or something, or maybe she could tell them a little bit more and that. But yeah, they weren't ready at that time to really hear too much. They were still in shock, I believe. They were totally in shock. They did not understand. And then I guess this guy that was one of the boyfriends of one of the girls. Oh, I should mention that one of the girls, and this was what was really strange too. One of the girls, the young women that was in the car, really actually it looked like someone I knew that, in my life anyways, just recently came to church to actually hear the word and everything. I don't know if she's actually went to church before this, but she actually came to our church. And I don't know if she's totally accepted Christ. I got this impression in the dream that this girl she had heard and all that, but she was thinking, oh, I'll do it next Sunday. I'll do it next Sunday. You know how most people will make an excuse. So I'll do it next Sunday. I'll do it next Sunday, or maybe tomorrow or something like that. And they kind of put it off and everything. Well, this is what this girl had done, I guess. And she kind of knew a little bit what was, in a way, because she kind of heard a little bit. So she sort of knew, but not really. And so she wasn't completely lost like all the rest of them were. But anyways, whenever the lady at the house was trying to tell him about this, and that a man come up and everything and went to one of the girls, and I guess it was one of the boyfriends or something of one of the women, and he was like, oh, I've been looking for you, baby. Are you okay? And this and that. And she was hugging and kissing him and everything, and getting, getting some comfort and everything. And, she was like, do you know what's going on in that? And then she was saying about what it was. It was the rapture, and all the people are taken to heaven, all the believers and those that belong to Christ and everything, they were taken to heaven. So he was like, yeah, I don't think that's really what happened and everything. That wasn't that. That's not what that was. That was, we heard about this before, that the aliens came and got them and everything and took them away and everything because they were bad people, and for us to be able to have no problems and no things going on, for everything to be good and to go to the next stage and on, they had to be gone and everything. And that's what happened. They come and took them, and I was kind of like looking like, oh Lord. And I was if you need me, I'm gonna be inside, and I hope everything goes well for you. And I'll be inside if you need me, okay? And so the lady kind of turned around, and she was like, had this really kind of like, oh boy, look on her face, and she went back inside, and she was hurrying, getting stuff together, like getting clothes and things like together, and what she absolutely needed, like make sure the kids had some clothes and a little bit of food or something like that, something that they could carry something quick and everything. And kind of like a sort of a little bit of a bug out bag, sort of, in a way, there wasn't much of anything she could do with much of the rest of what there was. It didn't really matter too much, and she knew for sure that she couldn't stay there for very long, but I had this sense that she was going to try to seek out and see who else of her family or friends were still around. And so they could maybe be together, or she could maybe, just maybe, there might have been some that believed but not put their total trust, that were still here, so that knew kind of what was going on, that she could be around and maybe have some semblance of clarity and safety. It was just total chaos though, and I did have that sense of dread and the fear that this woman was feeling, the terror, and why, the questioning, not angry why, but just, I thought I was, well, you know, and I mean, she even tried to do then, you know, that maybe that, and then maybe she would just go and disappear and she wouldn't have to deal with this, but it didn't work. And it was, I mean, I was shocked when I woke up. I just, wow. And then the feeling of what those people will feel, that terror, that not, I mean, the knowing, some of them knowing, but some of them not knowing. And then that's just that after, right after it happened. But I know that, you know, people are going to, you know, try to put order and all that and explain it away and all that and everything. Some people will still believe, they'll know what happened, but there will be others that will accept exactly what they tell them, and they will be lost. It's going to be total chaos. It's going to be total, like, anarchy. And there will have to be some order made, you know, where they do martial law and try to reel people into line, and then so many people, millions and millions and millions and millions of people disappearing. They're going to have to put things together to have some form of functionality, which is going to be really, really hard. And the way that society is right now, and they're so dependent on technology and the easy carefree of everything, it's not going to be easy carefree. It's not going to be a quick, easy, and take for granted your life, and it's going to be hard. And the things that you're going to have to do and know how to do. People don't know what to do in a situation, in a disaster, things like that. When I was growing up, people knew what to do. You knew how to, if you didn't have something, how to make do with what you had, and use limited ingredients on stuff to make something, and still make something that you could eat and survive on. People have lost that. Many people don't know how to do that now. And I really am concerned, because the people, more than likely, the people that are left here are going to be of that capacity, and they're not going to know what to do. And that is a dangerous mix, because it will lead them to be more dependent on those that can maybe are not very good people, that know how to do certain things, and can also lead to them being controlled and just do whatever just so they can survive. So I can understand when the word says different things that will happen, and, you know, I just envision that people will because it's easier, it's convenient, it's a solution when they don't see any other way out, compromising and doing things that they normally would not do because of the situation, and even possibly taking that mark so that they can feel that they're secure. And because they don't know, and they didn't know the word, and they don't know the ramifications of them taking that mark, what it would be, they're going to take it. They're not going to understand. They're not going to think there is a problem with it. They're not going to think that it's going to eternally damn them, but it will. And this is why we need to tell them. This is why we need to tell them point blank, clear, exactly precise what will happen. What are the consequences? What those actions, even though they might not think they're that bad at the time, what would later on down the road be. You also have those that in Revelation, when they talk about those that have taken the mark and everything, about the sores and everything on them, and that okay, if the mark is something electronic also, there could be something that causes it to malfunction and everything and cause all kinds of stuff. But I really tend to believe more that the mark, the reason why the sores and all that is because what God's going to do because of that, it's so powerfully working on all the evil, the darkness that is, and it's like the plagues that was in Egypt. I don't know. I like I said, I don't know. I never really researched that much far into it of what it might be or why this is that and that. I just read it. So I don't know all the reasons why. I did have a little few glimpses here and there of things to come, which now it seems impressed a little bit more on me than I need to tell some of what I saw before that is for after. I don't remember every single detail of all of them because at that time, well, actually I have pretty much written down most everything throughout when I ever had a dream or a vision or anything. But I don't know if in my moving these things got lost. I just can't find them. What, maybe it's even a little bit of me just forgetting where they're at, what, that they might be in a certain container or something, possibly in my closet or something. I don't know. I can't find them, but I have this imperative that I need to say what I remember. And then I can always go back if there's still time, which I don't believe there is. But if there's still time, I can always go back and give more information if maybe I missed something on the information of what I saw when I actually find the paperwork where I had written it down. So anyways, that was my dream last night, and I thought I need to put this out there. I need to tell what I saw and what I felt and the sheer terror. I'm having my coffee right now, and my hair's still a mess and everything, so I'm just doing it like simple like this, just so I can get this uploaded. I needed to put this up before anything else. There was other things I was going to put up the other day, but I kind of postponed them, so I'll probably be doing them today, hopefully, if everything goes well. Yeah, when I had that and dreamt that last night, I figured I really, really needed to put it up. It seemed very, very urgent that I need to do it. So I know there's a reason for that, but yeah, it was total terror. It's still kind of shaking me because of what I felt. So I hope this helps, and I don't mean to terrify people, but this is what's coming. God bless.